My name is Amber and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to talk about all the books I read during the Contemporaryathon. I ended up reading a good chunk of my TBR and I think I hit all the challenges, but let's just jump right in. The first book I read during the Contemporaryathon was Odd One Out by Nick Stone. I had been highly anticipating this book and I unfortunately gave it 3 stars. This book follows 3 different characters who kind of all have feelings for each other. This book is messy. I think that's the best way to describe this book. I definitely did not like the writing decision that Nick Stone made during this. She kind of splits the book into thirds, so 1/3 is told from one character's perspective, a second third is told from a second character's perspective, and the last third is told through the last character's perspective. Very messy, but it felt like it was messy for a purpose. I'm kind of bummed at where it ends, however, that might just be me. So I ended up giving this one 3 stars and I was really disappointed. I read On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. This is her sophomore novel and it involves Bree, an aspiring rapper who kind of gets into trouble for all the wrong reasons. I'm giving this book 4 stars. I didn't think that the 2 plot lines in this book weave together perfectly. However, I really love how Angie Thomas writes her parents. They are complex and growing individuals even though they're adults, and I really enjoyed Bree's mom, Jay. I ended up, like I said, giving this one 4 stars though. I read was Sweet Tea and Sympathy, the first book in the Southern Electric series by Molly Harper. It follows our protagonist Margot, who is an event planner for fancy events in Chicago, and something happens at a very highbrow event and she ends up fired from her organization and basically cannot get another job doing what she does. When her estranged family that she has never really met contacts her and offers family business in Georgia. Because she is down on the luck, she decides to go. Although this book appears to have primary focus in Margot's budding relationship with this father widower, I feel like the heart of this story was her rediscovering her love of her family and meeting her cousins and getting to know her family and reconnecting with her dad, who she had only had negative annotations of throughout her life. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Margot, I think, is my least favorite of Molly Harper's characters that she's written so far. However, I really enjoyed the start to this series. The book I read was The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. This follows our protagonist whose brother is dead from suicide. She's kind of, her and her mother are grieving for him. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. This is definitely, it's not you, it's me kind of story. And I really don't know how else to say that. It wasn't me. I read Roomies by Christina Lauren. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. It is a marriage of convenience plot. Our protagonist who almost dies on the subway platform, and then she gets saved by this guy who she ends up marrying because he is in the country illegally and he has great aspirations of being on Broadway, and he gets the shot, but he is illegal, so she marries him so he can have the shot. There are a lot of ways this book could have gone terribly wrong. However, every single time there seems to be a bump in the road, the characters tend to communicate. Towards the end it gets muggy and I think they just didn't know how to make it in, especially since quite a few plot points are just kind of left as loose ends, and it's not 100% clear what happens in the end, but I ended up giving it 4 stars and I really enjoyed this one. This is one of my favorite Christina Lauren books, I believe. I read Save the Truck, Ride a Redneck by Molly Harper. This is a 0.5 that technically goes before Sweet Tea and Sympathy. This book is about one of the cousins and how she ended up back with her high school sweetheart, and it just was a cute little summer romance kind of story, and giving it 4 stars. I read another Christina Lauren book, which I had received an e-arc of through NetGalley, and that is My Favorite Half-Night Stand. Unfortunately, I did not really enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed Roomies. I ended up giving this one 2 stars. This one involves our protagonist who is basically catfishing one of her friends in her friend group in an attempt to make him be her date to this gala. It's not really clear because the event that all of the profiles that these friends are making for does not occur during the book. This was not someone I could really root for, even with the whole acknowledging that catfishing is bad. This protagonist ends up doing it for majority of the book. I thought it was not going to be completely based in the catfishing, so I ended up giving this one 2 stars. I read Educated by Tara Westover. This is a nonfiction book that won the Goodreads Memoir Autobiography category. I've been slowly going through and trying to read all of the nonfiction winners as I'm trying to read more nonfiction this year, and that seems like an easy place to start. It involves Tara and her journey to stepping in a classroom for the first time at the age of 17. I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I wasn't a big fan of her writing style. I also thought that there was going to be more to this than it was, so I ended up only giving it 3 stars. So that is everything that I read during the Contemporaryathon. What did you read during Contemporaryathon? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like what you saw here today, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a nice day.